Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Wednesday, May 31st, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Philadelphia Phillies vs New York Mets. The Philadelphia Phillies have had a hard time getting on track thus far in 2023 and recreating the magic that brought them to the World Series in 2022. The Phillies took 2 of 4 games from the Braves in Atlanta over the weekend but still find themselves under .500 and in 4th place in the NL East division. The Phillies head to New York hoping to close the NL East gap after an off day on Monday. On Tuesday night, the Phillies were held to just 2 hits and fell to the Mets 2-0. While both pitchers in this game have not performed at the level they did in 2023, I feel much more confident in Nola in this start. Nola is 1-1 in his last 3 starts and has an improved K9 rate that is close to 10. Carrasco, meanwhile, has struggled this season with an ERA over 6 and has given up more hits than innings pitched. At home, he has been hit really hard with an ERA over 10 at Citibank Field. Carrasco has struggled to put batters away with his stuff, resulting in far more balls put into play. He has a career-low strikeout percentage of just 13% and a career-high walk percentage of over 11%. The Phillies bats will have their way with Carrasco in this one and close this series with a win. Our team pick is the Phillies. The New York Mets welcome the Phillies into town following a disappointing 2-4 road trip, losing 2 of 3 games against the Cubs and then the Rockies. The trip slowed a Mets team that had gotten back into 2nd place in the NL East and over .500. After a day off on Monday night, the Mets tried to get back over .500 on Tuesday night against the Phillies. The Mets sent Kodai Senga to the mound against a hard-hitting Phillies lineup. Senga was once again dominant at home, allowing just 1 hit without a run in 7 innings, while striking out 9. Francisco Lindor's solo home run put the Mets up to stay in the 4th inning in the 2-0 win. Most signs point to a lower scoring affair between the Mets and the Phillies on Wednesday. Take the under. Cincinnati Reds vs Boston Red Sox. Coming into this series, Cincinnati had gone 5-2 over their last 7 games and averaged 6.7 runs per game. They put up at least 5 runs in 6 of those 7 contests and finished with 25 runs in a 3-game set at Wrigley. The Reds are only 16th in runs per game this season, but their lineup is raking right now. For the season, they're 7th in stolen bases and 4th in OBP. If they could hit more homers, improving upon their 28th ranked total, Cincinnati's offense would be a force to be reckoned with. The world hasn't gotten a glimpse of that lately. The Reds keep beating lefties, winning 4 straight because they hit them so well. Even without considering Paxton's handedness, the Reds' offense has been hot and he hasn't been pitching well. The Red Sox offense shouldn't have issues scoring on Luke Weaver, but they also ended their road trip a bit cold. Cincinnati is playing better right now and has a favorable matchup, so that's the side I'm taking in this one. Our team pick is Cincinnati Reds. Boston's 9-game swing through the West Coast is over, and they're back in Beantown as the only professional franchise actively playing. After winning the first 2 in San Diego, the Red Sox dropped 5 of the final 7 games. Their offense hit a rare dry spell, although it's been the source of their success this season. Only 3 teams average more runs per game than Boston, and the Red Sox's offensive numbers shoot up significantly at home. Our total pick is under. Minnesota Twins vs Houston Astros. Minnesota won for just the 4th time in their last 11 games as they managed to prevail in extra innings in the series opener Monday night. The Twins entered Tuesday 28-26 on the season and held a 2-game edge over the Tigers for the top spot in the AL Central race. On Monday, Minnesota got 3 hits from Ryan Jeffers, run, 2 RBI, while Alex Kirilloff, run, Royce Lewis, run, 4 RBI, and Willie Castro, run, each had 2 in the victory. Lewis, his first, and Jeffers, his third, each went deep in the victory for the Twins. Sonny Gray threw 6 innings, allowing 3 runs, 2 earned, on 4 hits with 3 walks and 3 strikeouts, yet didn't factor in the decision. Joan Duran, 1-1, earned the win with 2 scoreless innings of relief, allowing 1 hit with no walks and 3 strikeouts. Minnesota managed to take the opening game of the series, though their perceived starting pitching advantage turned out to be a non-factor as the game went to extra innings, ultimately being decided by the bullpens. Varland has been decent, though he comes off a loss in his last start and now faces the Astros for the first time in the game. Brown stifled the A's in his last start and he has been strong in his last few outings. The Astros are a tough team and have to be happy that Altuve is back in the lineup after suffering an injury in the World Baseball Classic that kept him out most of the first 2 months of the season. Plugging their spark plug back into the top spot of the order should help ignite the Houston offense, and that, coupled with another strong outing from Brown, gives the Astros the win on getaway day. Our team pick is Houston Astros minus 1.5 runs. Houston saw their 3-game win streak snapped as they were beaten in the opening game of this series by Minnesota Monday night. The Astros entered Tuesday 31-22 on the year and stood 3 games behind the Rangers for the top spot in the AL West race. On Monday, Houston finished with 6 hits with Mauricio Dubin, the lone player with 2 in the game. Jose Altuve, his second, hit a grand slam for the Astros, giving them a 5-4 lead that ultimately didn't stand up. J.P. France didn't factor in the decision as he threw 6 innings, allowing 4 runs on 7 hits with 3 walks and 8 strikeouts. After Ryan Presley blew the save in the 9th, Brian Abreu, 2-1, took the loss in Colorado Rockies vs Arizona Diamondbacks. The Colorado Rockies entered the Diamondback series searching for their 3rd straight victory. Last Sunday, the Rocks prevailed over the New York Mets 11-10 to clinch a 3-game set and finish a 7-game homestand with a 5-2 record. Colorado took a 4-0 lead in the top of the 2nd inning last Monday, but immediately gave up 5 runs to the Diamondbacks, who scored all 7 runs through the first 4 frames. I'm expecting Arizona to hit well against Lamet, but the D-backs are a risky pick because of their pitching situation. Still, Arizona's bullpen has been outstanding over the last 10 days, tallying a 2.06 ERA and 3.17 FIP. On the other side, the Rockies' bullpen has gone 4-0 with 3 saves in that span, but it has also registered a disaster 6.91 ERA and 5.94 WHIP. Our team pick is Arizona Diamondbacks minus 1.5 runs. The Arizona Diamondbacks improved to 32-23 on the season after winning the first 2 games of this series. Tuesday's 5-1 victory was their 3rd straight victory and the 7th in 10 games. The Diamondbacks are 2nd in the NL West, trailing the LA Dodgers by a game and a half. Arizona was 4 games ahead of San Francisco, 6.5 ahead of San Diego, and 8.5 above Colorado. For these reasons, I am confident in taking the over in this game. New York Yankees vs Seattle Mariners. The Yankees are having a great season and are hoping to wrap up a month where they went 18-9 to climb back into the division race on a high note. Clark Schmidt has looked promising with a 25.3 strikeout rate but has struggled this season, allowing 36 runs in 50 innings pitched. In addition, with a 10.6 barrel percentage, a 47.0 hard hit percentage, and a 4.93 expected ERA, opponents are making hard contact and crushing the ball against Schmidt to easily drive in runs. This is going to be a great game between 2 teams eager to improve in their divisions. The Yankees look to close out the series strong, but the Mariners look to step up at home and control this game. The Mariners should drive in runs with ease against Clark Schmidt, who allowed 10 runs in his last 3 starts, with Jarred Kelenic, Cal Raleigh, and the rest of the lineup making hard contact and putting together strong rallies. The Mariners should limit the Yankees lineup with George Kirby stepping up and pitching multiple strong innings to hand the ball over to the bullpen with a comfortable lead. The Mariners should win the game with a strong performance at home to close out the series. Take the Mariners' money line as home favorites. The Mariners are having a promising season and hope to improve in what is becoming the most competitive division in baseball. George Kirby struggled in his last start but is putting together a strong season, allowing only 24 runs in 63 innings pitched while striking out 51 batters. Additionally, with a .378 expected opponent slugging percentage, a 5.1 barrel percentage, and a 3.24 expected ERA, opponents are weak contact off the bat against Kirby and struggling to drive in runs. Our total pick